Mike Gomez has seen a lot during his 100 years, most of it good, most of it, except when he turned 18.
You see so much bodies floating around and everything, but you know what? It never dawned on me to be afraid. It just, you don't think about those things. You're just trying to survive.
34,000 Americans waded ashore that day in 1944. Private Mike Gomez, a long way from his home in Phoenix, was one of them. Under heavy fire, doing anything that he could to survive the Nazi hell that was raining down on them, he jumped into a foxhole on the beach and couldn't believe his eyes.
I jumped in there, so in the hole there was a neighbor of mine, for God's sake, and we grew up together. He was in there already, his name Frank. And I said, Frank, and we put our arms around each other, and I told him, I said, Frank, I have to get out of here and leave you. I gotta catch up with my troops, with the troops that I belong to. And he was that second. A seashell hit. It killed him. And that was the saddest thing of my life.
Mike survived Normandy and joined up with General Patton's famed 4th Armored Division. In the bitter cold, they covered 150 miles in just 19 hours, making their way into Belgium, where Mike, once again, found himself under heavy fire in the Battle of the Bulge.
And General Patton happens to come right by and says, shoot that rifle, soldier, And we were trained, really, at that time, which was cruel. Up to this date, I say, why did I do that? Her probably family are looking for him and stuff like that. And that stays in my mind now that I'm an old person.
Miraculously, Mike made it back home, back to his beloved Phoenix, where Dora, his wife of all of just a few months when he shipped off, was waiting for him.
We all do. We all do, our wives and our loved ones and folks, all our folks and everything. I can tell you a great thing in life is to have somebody to love and learn from.
Dora loved Mike, and Mike loved Dora. He was home. They built a life together, had 3 kids, and Mike would once again leave his mark, this time in his home state, acquiring the land for the Central Arizona Project, assuring that Arizona would have water for years to come.
I was the first man to buy the whole property, the real estate, for the Central Arizona Project. To me, that was the top important thing, was bringing us the Central Arizona Project waters for the help of our farmers. That was why we built the Central Arizona Project to begin with.
Not only was the water flowing, but so were the years. And suddenly one day, Dora mentioned that when the time came, she wanted to be cremated.
Yeah, that to me was nobody that I loved as much as I did my wife. I even went against her when she said she wanted to be cremated.
As part of the 4th Armored Division, he helped liberate the Nazi concentration camps, where he saw things he'd never be able to unsee.
First thing you see was the furnaces, and you saw a lot of dead people. You couldn't help it but look inside the furnaces and see the bones there. You know what made me do? I prayed, blessed myself, and read out.
Some things aren't meant to be seen. But Mike came back to happier times, had a great life, and if there's one thing that he learned to love, it's a good glass of red wine. And since this was his birthday, we shared one. So Mike, here's to a life that serves as a poignant reminder of the sacrifices made by the greatest generation. Here's to their sacrifices, their unyielding spirit. May we honor their memory as we raise our glasses and toast their bravery. Happy birthday, and many more.